Good morning, student. So today we are starting with our new topic, that is lesson number 7, wave optics. Okay. So wave optics. Last year, most of the part of the optics, that is the light, you have studied. So what you have studied in the last year, that light travels in a straight line. It is rectilinear propagation of light, and based on this you have studied, that is reflection of light, refraction of light, even dispersion of light. Okay, such an interesting phenomenon, even total internal reflection, right? So all these interesting phenomenon you have studied last year. Okay, so just you have studied how the reflection takes place, how the refraction takes place. Okay, so this year under the wave optics we are going to study what is the nature of the light exactly. Okay, but let us go for the nature of light. So previously, very previously, it was discovered by the Newton, that it was assumed by the Newton that the light is made up of particles. Okay, very tiny particles. The rays we can see, right? What is the light ray? Light ray means the path traveled by the light. But this light ray consists of exactly what? What is the nature? Right? Suppose if we will take one thread, it is made up of cotton or nylon. It may be, the thread may be of plastic, right? So it has some nature, molecular nature, atom nature. But what about light? What the light consists of? Okay, so here we are going to study the two natures of light. Okay, one is particle nature and one is wave nature. And later on it was discussed that the light is having dual nature. Okay, and according to modern physics, light is electromagnetic energy. Okay, so let us go for the Newton's theory, that is Newton's corpuscular theory, it is also known as. So what is a corpuscular? Corpuscles means a very tiny particles, that is known as corpuscles. So according to Newton theory, light is made up of a very tiny corpuscles, okay, which are hard, that is rigid, elastic. Okay, see how is the nature of those particles. Those particles are hard, elastic, and massless. Okay, light is made up of particles, very tiny particles, which are also known as corpuscles, which are hard, elastic, and massless. Okay. Second point, a source of light. From where these corpuscles come? A source of light emits these particles, and these particles travels along a straight line, making a ray. Okay, so according to Newton's theory, the source is emitting the particles. Okay, now the third is when these corpuscles, okay, strike on any surface, they get reflected. Okay, and when they strike on any surface, they undergo elastic collisions. So last year we have studied what is elastic collision. Elastic collision means collision of the two surfaces in which the kinetic energy conserves, right? That is known as elastic collision. means there is no loss of any energy. So on the basis of this, we can explain the phenomenon of reflection. Then what happens during the refraction? When these corpuscles come and strike on any refracting surfaces, at that time it was assumed that there is an attractive force between these corpuscles and the surface. Okay, and due to this attractive force, they get attracted towards the normal or along the boundaries and change their direction inside that material. Okay, so due to this attractive force, the refraction takes place. Okay, according to Newton's theory. Okay, if we will consider this further, then in case of denser medium, a denser medium exerts a larger force, larger attractive force on these light corpuscles, and therefore what happens? The velocity of the light in denser medium is maximum, okay, according to Newton's theory. But experimental observation is exactly opposite. According to experimental observation, it is not true. In denser medium, the light travels with less velocity, means minimum velocity. It's not a high velocity compared to rarer medium. Okay, so that's why it failed to explain, this theory failed to explain the refraction, this concept, that is the light travel fast in rarer medium. Okay, one more point of this theory is that it explains about the color of light. You may have seen that the light has different colors also. A white light consists of different colors, and these different colors are due to the different sizes of the corpuscles. Okay, so according to their sizes, they are showing their colors. These are the points of Newton's corpuscular theory or Newton particle theory. But this theory couldn't explain all the light phenomenon. Okay, so it get failed. So for that, we'll again recall all these points. See, the first point is the light is made up of tiny particles called as corpuscles, which are hard, elastic and massless. Second point, a source of light emits these particles and which travels along the straight line. When these corpuscles strike a reflecting surface, they undergo elastic collision and as a result follow the laws of reflection. Okay? Then during refraction, it is the difference in the attractive force between the corpuscles and particles of medium that causes a change in the direction of corpuscles. When there is a change in the direction, means refraction takes place. A denser medium exerts a larger attractive force on light corpuscles to accelerate along the normal to the boundary. Okay. Now the last one, Newton's theory predicted that. Okay. See, Newton's theory predicted that the speed of light in denser medium would be higher than that in rarer medium. But this contradicts the experimental observation. Okay. So light of different colors corresponds to the corpuscles of different size. Okay. So these are the points in Newton's theory. Okay. You have to learn these points and keep in mind. Now, so later on, as this Newton's theory failed to explain some phenomenon, later on the Huygens theory comes, and that is a wave theory. Okay. So Huygens assumed that light to be a wave. Instead of considering light as a particle, he assumed the light as a wave. Okay. And these waves are caused due to the vibration of particles in the medium. So, as we know that light can travel through vacuum also, right? Because the sun rays are coming from vacuum. So, there must be some medium in space, in a vacuum, which vibrates, and due to that the wave creates. So Huygens assumed one hypothetical medium. Hypothetical means false medium. Okay, he assumed a hypothetical medium which is called as luminiferous ether or only ether. Okay, so what he assumed, according to Huygens, the light is having wave nature, and these waves are created due to the vibration of particles of medium. And to support this assumption, he know that as the light could also travel in a vacuum, he assumed one hypothetical medium called as ether, luminiferous ether, which is also present in vacuum. But later on, it was found that there is no any luminiferous ether or any medium present in the space or in vacuum. Okay, so later on it was failed. So in this topic we are going to study this wave nature of light. But this wave nature, the assumption of wave nature can explain that the velocity of light in rarer medium is maximum than in denser medium. And also it can explain the reflection and refraction of light. Okay, so but there are some phenomenon like polarization of light, okay, diffraction. It cannot be interference. It cannot be explained by this wave nature. So we are going to study this wave nature of light later on throughout this lesson. Okay, bye.